What's going on, guys? Katsuki here. It's been a while. It's probably been like a month or two. So, I'm explaining it's because I didn't really have a deck I wanted to show off. Because I was going to show off my Odd Eyes deck, but then I was like, I'm going to go ahead and try to fix it up. Well, the other day, I went ahead and bought, probably last month I bought a box for $101, and it came with all these different Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And a deck I made from that box easily gave me back the money. So, it's totally worth it. It's just a mystery box. You get random items. I got this Noble Knights mat. I really enjoy it. I also got this Noble Knights deck box, which I hold some cards in and everything. But yeah, the reason why I was waiting to make a video was because I didn't have a deck that I was I really liked until today. So this is the extra deck, but we're going over the main deck first. So first off, you'll know as soon as you see some of these cards what the deck is. But if not, you'll know from right here what the deck is. If you still don't know, I'll tell you at the end of the video. So first off, you run 3 Black Fang Magicians. They're always treated as an Xyz Dragon card. And if it's destroyed, you can target a Dark Spellcaster monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Next up, Double Iris. It's always treated as a Pendulum Dragon card. And if it's destroyed by battle, you get to add a Pendulum Graph card from deck to hand. And it's really good to get Time Pendulum Graph and Star Pendulum Graph to hand. Next up, Purple Poison. It's always treated as a Fusion Dragon, and if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one face-up card on the field and destroy it. I'm just going to set those aside. Next up, White Wing Magician. It's always treated as a Synchro Dragon card. Only downside is when she's Pendulum Summoned and used for a Synchro Summon, you have to banish her. That's the only downside, but she's a level 4, so you can Pendulum Summon all the cards you need, then Normal Summon her. And that's fine. Next we have Harmonizing Magician. It's just another tuner. Helps me bring out my Synchro monsters that I run. Because when she's Pendulum Summoned, you can special summon a Magician from deck to the field, but banish it when it leaves the field. Next off, we run 3 Timebreaker. I love Timebreaker because if he's Pendulum Summoned, and he's the only one summoned that's from your hand, and the only one summoned at all, but it has to be from the hand, its original attack is doubled. So from 14, it becomes a 2800 attack point monster. It's a level 3, so it's easy to summon. Its Pendulum effect, if it's in the scale, the first Pendulum monster you control that would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect is not destroyed. And then you could target one card on the field, banish both it and this card until your next standby phase. So instead of it being, oh, your opponent's standby phase, no, it has to be your next standby phase, which is pretty cool. Next off, we run 3 Astrograph and 3 Chronograph Sorcerer. Because when a card's destroyed on the field, you can special summon Chronograph with another monster from your hand, because of Chronograph's effect, which is awesome. Astrograph, say my Timebreaker's destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon Chronograph and then add a Timebreaker to hand. And then they can both be used for a fusion summon later on. I'll show you that whenever I get to the extra deck. Next up, 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. I love this art. This art came in the new Legendary Dragon deck sets, and I think it's kind of funny because technically the only dragon deck in there is the Odd Eyes deck. because the other deck's machine, and then the other one's magicians. But it's really cool. I got that off. I got an extra copy of him off of a friend who also bought it. Then we run 3 Supreme King Dragon Odd Eyes. He's used for some of the other cards in the extra deck, along with Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. Not only that, if there's no monsters on my field, I can special summon him from the graveyard. So, it's good to have. Next, into the Spell and Trap cards, we have Star Pendulum Graph and Time Pendulum Graph. Time Pendulum Graph protects your Pendulum Spellcaster type monsters. It protects Spellcaster type monsters from trap effects, so your opponent can't target them. Same with Star Pendulum Graph, but with spell cards. And Time Pendulum Graph, you target one Magician Pendulum monster you control, one monster or one card your opponent controls. And it can be in the monster zone or in the pendulum zones, the magician. You target both and then destroy both. However, if this card does not destroy 2 cards, then you can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard, which is an awesome effect. And then Star Pendulum Graph, whenever a Magician Pendulum monster card leaves the monster zone or pendulum zone, you add a Magician Pendulum monster from deck to hand. So these 2 cards work great together to go ahead and get the magicians you need in your hand. Next, 2 Pendulum Calls. Each one, sadly you can only activate one once per turn, I think. Yeah, you can only activate 1 Pendulum Call per turn. That's sad, but it helps because if you can stall out your opponent and just use 2 Pendulum Calls, one turn 1, the other one turn 3, then you'll be able to get 4 magicians in your hand, which is really helpful. Next off, Pendulum Fusion. Pendulum Fusion lets you not only fusion summon monsters that are on the field, but not only in the monster zone, but also in the pendulum scales. So it's really helpful. Next we have an Odd Eyes Fusion. It's just because I believe I only run 1 Odd Eyes Fusion monster. Yeah, I only run 1 Odd Eyes Fusion monster, or 2 Odd Eyes Fusion monsters, I should say. But a lot of, Odd Eyes Fusion is still a good card to have because you can use monsters, Odd Eyes monsters from your extra deck as the materials. Next, we have 2 Dragon's Mirror. This lets you fusion summon a dragon monster from the extra deck by banishing cards in your graveyard, which is really nice. And last but not least, 2 Supreme Rage. So yeah, you guys probably already know this is a Zark deck. Supreme King Zark or Z Arc, whatever you want to say. My friends fight with me all the time, so I say both. But if you control Supreme King Z Arc, destroy as many monsters you control as possible except that monster. And if you do, special summon up to 4 Supreme King Dragon monsters with different names from your hand deck, extra deck, and or graveyard, ignoring their summoning conditions. Now, I don't really need to run this at this point. I mean, I can and I can't because in my extra deck, I can show off the extra deck now so you can see. First off, we have 3 Odd Eyes monsters. We have Odd Eyes Absolute, Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, and Odd Eyes Vortex. I only run 1 of each because it's just a simple card. Absolute, once it's destroyed, you can bring out an Odd Eyes monster. Usually I'll bring out Odd Eyes Meteor Burst with it, or Odd Eyes Vortex, depending on the situation. So let's put that face down. Next off, for the Synchro monsters, Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Again, this one's from the Legendary Dragon sets, so its art is amazing. I love it. And then 2 Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. Can I focus, please? I guess not. Alright. So, these 2 monsters are pretty good. Regular Clearwing Synchro Dragon, not so much, but Supreme King Clearwing is a good card to run, because once he's summoned, it destroys, I'm pretty sure, all monsters. No, destroy all face-up, all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And if he battles, you can destroy that opponent's monster before damage calculation by card effect, and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So that's also a good card. Next up, for the XYZ, like the XYZ monsters, we have Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Love that art, also from the sets. Then we have 2 Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. Like Dark Rebellion, his effect is pretty much the same. You can take your, instead of taking half your opponent's attack, you take all of their attack. But only during battle do you do that. And during the battle phase, this is a quick effect, you can return this card to the extra deck, special summon up to 2 face-up Supreme King Dragons and or Supreme King Gate Pendulum monsters from your extra deck in defense position. So, that's also a nice card to run. Now, we have more fusions than 3, but I want to show these 3 off first. So, first we have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. This art is my favorite art from the set, because he just looks so amazing. And then after that we have Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Now, these are a big key, not only for Zark, but for another monster too. So, Starving Venom, whenever you summon, you can gain attack equal to 1 opponent's special summon monster until the end of the turn. Not only that, you can target 1 level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. This card's name becomes that name, and it gains that monster's effect. And if fusion summon this card, if this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters, which is pretty cool. But then, these guys, just like all the other Supreme King monsters, it's a little different. This one must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing the above cards you control, in which case you do not use polymerization. And all you need is 2 Dark Pendulum monsters on the field, tribute to bring them out. And then, once per turn, you can target 1 other monster on the field or in the graveyard until the end of this turn. This monster becomes that monster and has the effects. But not only that, it gains the effect of piercing battle damage, which is amazing. So, obviously, you want to run 2 of it. And then the final 2 cards. Supreme King's Zark or Zark. I actually traded this the other day with my friend because he was building a Cyber Dragon deck, and since I bought the set, it came with the Cyber Dragon deck, I traded him a lot of the cards from it to get this off of him. And I have not summoned him yet, but it needs 4 Dragon-type monsters: a Fusion Dragon, a Synchro Dragon, an XYZ Dragon, and a Pendulum Dragon. Now, that's why I run just regular Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon in here, and also why I run Clearwing, Dark Rebellion, and Starving Venom, because they are the types used to summon him. Not only that, however, Chronograph and Astrograph, you can, I believe, tribute or banish him along with the Magician cards to summon out Zark, which is awesome. And when he's summoned, it destroys all cards on the field that my opponent controls. This card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon one Supreme King Dragon monster from your deck or extra deck. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle card effect, you can place it in the pendulum zone. And then the last card, Odd-Eyes Venom Dragon. This card is just like Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. It needs a Starving Venom monster and an Odd-Eyes monster. Next, it must be fusion summoned and can then be pendulum summoned. The only way you can pendulum summon him that I've figured out so far is with 5 Rainbow Magician. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls until the end phase. This card gains attack equal to its attack, and if it does, this card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace this effect with that monster's original effect. And then if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can put it in the pendulum scale. But what's cool is his pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can target one fusion monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack for each monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. But yeah, that's my deck. It took me a while to build it. From that mystery box set I bought, I got Timebreaker, Harmonizing, White Wing, Purple Poison, Double Iris, Black Fang, and all of them. Astrograph, Chronograph. I pulled all of them from it, but I didn't have a lot of Supreme King cards, which I really want to get. So it took a while to get them off my friend. I finally did, and we now have this deck. And like I said, these are the Ultra Pro Eclipse sleeves, so if I just pull out Black Fang for right now, white on this side, black on this side, I think it's really cool. I might buy more of these, even though they aren't actual Yu-Gi-Oh size sleeves, because you can tell how it bends at the end. I like playing with the magic sleeves on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some people don't because they can easily bend and stuff, but with the way I shuffle, they don't bend so easily. So yeah, this is actually my deck, and I'm planning on using it against my friend today if he comes up. And yeah, I would say if you had the money, if you had over $100 and you want some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, to go ahead and buy that box set I was talking about, because not only do you get, you get a mat, you get a deck box. I got I went ahead, because I have some of the stuff next to me. I got this in it, Pendulum Evolutions, first edition too. Not just regular, it was a first edition Konami sealed Pendulum Evolution, which was awesome. I got amazing cards from that. I got one of these boxes here, so I got some amazing cards from here too. It also gave me random promo packs and everything. It gave me lots of cards, like an actual lot, like 5 lots of ultra rares and stuff. And then it also, sorry, I moved away from my camera. It also gave me this. So I now own Assault Mode Stardust, which I never owned before. And it's cool and all. I'm not really a big fan of the Stardust monster though. Mainly because with the Link format, it got a little to summon him. He's still easy to summon, it's still a little tricky. So, to bring out like the Shooting Quasar Dragon and stuff. So I just go ahead and I like running the Ancient Fairies and Power Tool Dragon, because I myself am a twin, so go figure. But yeah, it came with a tin box, mat. It came with a good bit of stuff. It actually came with card sleeves too. Right here I put the card sleeves in here. it came with these Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal card sleeves. I don't mind them, but I mainly use them for like an extra deck. I don't use them for a full deck because these ones, they tend to like peel and everything. But yeah. So yeah, I'd suggest buying that if you had the money. And you legitly had the money to buy it. Like if you had the money and it wasn't, like it's not bill money or it's not like rent money or anything. If you legitly have the $100, because it's on Amazon for $101, if you had over that much and you bought it, then there you go. And if you're Amazon Prime and you get 1-day shipping, it will cost you like an extra like $7.99. But I got that refunded because it didn't get here by the time it was supposed to, so they refunded me my 1-day shipping. Because Amazon Prime members get free 2-day shipping. So they went ahead and refunded me that. But yeah, I would say get this mat. Like I don't even think it always comes with this mat too, because it's a mystery box. So it always I think it will always come with something different. I went ahead and got the Noble Knight, and I love this mat. It's a big mat too. You guys don't even see the full mat because of my setup, but like look. See? You still can't see all of it. Alright. Right about there. Right there is folded. Okay? And for size comparison, here's my hand. And that's folded. Like that. It's bigger than my hand. And I have big hands. So, yeah. I love this mat. I use it all the time. But yeah. I'm rambling on again. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't care if you leave a like. I've said this before, I don't care. To the one person who did leave a like, though, thanks, I guess. Like, I said you didn't have to do it, but you did it, so thank you. Go ahead, leave a comment for any ideas on deck builds or any other things you want to see on this channel. I'm getting messages. But yeah, if you want to see, like, other deck builds or if you want to see duels and stuff, I'll try to get a setup for that done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Just, I don't care if you leave a like, leave comments, subscribe if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, because that's what this channel is going to be based off of. And, yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys.